Let's talk to Thrask about Fenrir.
Are you the Templar who is pursuing the boy Fenrir?
I did not realize his name was known so widely. Are you a friend of his?
Have you met him? What is he like?
From his mother's description, he sounds much like any youngster we bring to the Circle. Frightened of his gift, resentful at losing his freedom, convinced he is the one exception to our laws. Hardly someone you would wish the power to murder people with his mind.
An untrained mage cannot be set loose on innocent people.
They always think of us as the enemy, but it is the mages themselves who are protected most by the Circle and its rituals. If we do not find Fenrir soon, it will not matter. Either he will be taken by the demons, or by less mystical predators. And I've said more than enough on the topic. This is a Templar matter, and we will be handling it.
Don't lie to me. I can see you're holding something back.
I just said as much. And I hardly think someone like you is best suited to such a delicate task.
I don't understand all these complaints. The new Knight Commander's no different.
Do you know a recruit named Karen? His sister is looking for him.
We cannot speak to you, Messer.
Oh, good. We'll just be leaving then. To go somewhere that isn't the gallows.
To the void with that. Karen and the others are missing.
But our orders...
The Knights aren't doing anything to find them. Maybe it's time to ask for outside help.
I wasn't even certain Karen was missing. Who else is gone?
The first ones disappeared weeks ago. There's been at least half a dozen. Wilmot and Karen were the most recent.
Why must you keep silent about Karen?
You obviously aren't a Templar, Messer.
No. No Templars in this family.
A Knight Lieutenant gives you an order and you obey, without question. They told us not to breathe a word about Karen and the others.
They must have their reasons.
And that'll be a great comfort if you go missing next.
Out with it.
I hear that Knight Commander Meredith has some new initiation you have to go through. If you're not strong enough or fervent enough in belief, you don't make it out alive.
Her own people. That's horrible.
And you honestly believe that?
Recruits keep going missing.
Wilmot came back.
What?
He did. I saw him this morning.
What else do you know about the initiation?
You hear about some... questionable things that the Order must do these days. The Knight Commander only wants Templars that can do... what must be done.
Andraste alive. She's killing recruits that might question her orders, isn't she?
That's rubbish. She wouldn't do that.
Can you tell me anything else?
Wilmot told me he was going outside Kirkwall. Clear his head, he said.
Why didn't you tell us this?
Knight Captain Cullen ordered it, right before he chased after Wilmot. That wasn't too long ago. If you hurry, you may catch them on the road.
Yep, the same Cullen that we met back in Origins. In case you're curious. Alright, let's go find this Emmerich.
We don't want you to
Solve anything.
make you cry for your mother!
I thank you, Sirrah, for coming along when you did. I am Emmerich.
I hear you were asking about Ninette de Carac's whereabouts.
Ah, Ghislaine de Carac's wife. Her disappearance interested me. I tried looking into it. However, the investigation has been a waste of time.
Why did you even bother?
This all started when Maren, one of our Circle mages, disappeared. I found it odd. She was a bit older and hardly adventurous. Then I heard about Ninette and 2 other missing women.
I had a friend who disappeared once. Turns out he was under my bed, drunk. What?
I think the disappearances are connected, and I suspect foul play is involved.
Mages routinely flee the Circle. Perhaps Maren just wanted freedom.
She had always been loyal. She received lilies from an unknown suitor, and some of us thought she may have gone to meet him. Perhaps her disappearance is linked?
Again, lilies.
Doesn't the Circle use phylacteries to keep track of its mages?
We followed her phylactery to a foundry, but found nothing. I had heard of sympathizers smuggling mages through Darktown, so came here hoping to pick up the trail. But no trace of Maren. And as you've seen, asking the locals hasn't made me very popular.
Have you mentioned any of this to the city guard?
They say there's no proof the disappearances are connected. They think the women just left home, that it happens all the time.
People don't just disappear. Perhaps they were murdered or kidnapped.
We found no bodies, no ransom notes. Those women just vanished.
By the way, Hawk is going to remember the fact that he just said that the guard were just like, it happens all the time, we're not going to do anything about it. And that's going to play a role later on. You guys probably know what I'm talking about. But let's just say Hawk is not going to forget this.
I don't like the sound of this.
Neither do I, Sirah. But I cannot carry on. This battle showed that I'm no longer the warrior I used to be. I know when to walk away. Here, take my findings. Perhaps you can make more use of them. I'm going back to the gallows. I'm too old for this.
Foundry in Lothar. You made it. I should look into that.
Old Vincento said someone might come sniffing around. You're looking for the boy, right? Feign something. I'll tell you now, there's not much I can do for you.
I'm looking for a retired Templar named Samson.
Retired. Sounds better than burned-out husk of a Templar begging coins in the choke damp. They don't do anything to keep you, you know. You join the Order, you're free to walk away. But they're the only ones who've got the dust.
The dust?
Lyrium, an ore the dwarves mine. Magic in its raw form. You need to drink the stuff to face down the magicers. Problem is, if you ever try to stop, it just about kills you.
How many of you were surprised that this right here was something that became kind of a focal point in Inquisition? Not just with Samson coming back, if you side with the mages, and Corypheus gets the Templars, with basically making Samson the head honcho guy so that he can have Valyrium, but also that they were going to showcase this with Cullen when he tries to stop his necessity for lyrium and try to get off of it, and the effects it has on him.
Is it true you give aid to apostates fleeing the Templars?
The mages I help. They're no more than children, newly discovered their magic and terrified. Barely left their mother's skirts, and now we're saying they got to be locked away for their own good. That demons are hunting them. Do you wonder they run?
You don't cooperate, and the Templars will know you're helping rogue mages.
Rogue? Is that what you should be called, just for wanting to live like a person, not a beast? Wish I could do more, but I need coin to live, and your lad Fainriel didn't have any.
You abandoned him.
I pointed him to a ship captain I know, Rayner. Sometimes he'll take on runaways. Took another apostate last week, girl I sent him. Might have gone wrong, though. I heard rumors he took the both of them captive instead.
If Fainrail's not in one piece when I find him, I'm coming after you next.
Rayner in, friend. Was just trying to do the lad a good turn. Rumor has it, Rayner had the pair of them locked inside a Keys warehouse, somewhere close to dockside. You want to go looking? You might find the lad before he gets ransomed to the Templars. Or worse.
I've got this! I'll lead them! You're in trouble now! That's how it's done. Not too easy. I don't need any weaknesses!
I could do this in my sleep!
Here, miss. Word is you're looking for help. And paying well.
I need someone native to the dark places beneath Lowtown. If you claim as much, yes, I will pay.
I am. Let's just step into this alley, and me and my fellows can have a look at the money on offer.
Can you get this deep into Lowtown and be that stupid?
Fenris has a good line here too. He says, "She has chosen poorly."
It's action if we want it. Always money in saving fools.
I guess we cleared out a group.
In fact, get rid of any other groups like that, and I'll be at the Hanged Man with some toys as reward. Courtesy of some interested friends.
I need more friends.
If they pay us well, then sure.
Well, thank you for your timely intervention. I am out of my element.
You're lucky you're not dead.
I had to come here to get the type of person I need. Someone of bloody skill, but also integrity. Perhaps the kind who might leap to someone's defense. I have a charge who needs passage from the city. If you are willing and capable, meet me at my safe house nearby.
I hate her. Just gonna say that right now, I absolutely hate her.
I'm no caravan woman.
I would not presume, but you must need coin. You are in Lowtown, after all. Varnell!
Why is a Templar guarding her? Is this a setup?
I hope you will come. This matter only grows more urgent with time.
There he is. The horribly disgusting, sick guy who is going to kill our mother, and we can't do a thing to stop it. Frostmourne is getting to feast. I figured you guys would get tired of me constantly saying, Frostmourne hungers.
A nasty feeling about this place.
Yeah, Hawk is gonna remember this later, and especially when we find out about the connection to this guy with Orsino.
You're such a slave driver.
Nanette's ring.
Those
are human bones, aren't they? I'm gonna be sick.
A severed hand, a ring, and a pile of bones. Emmerich will want to see this. And I should bring the ring to Ghislaine. It might belong to Nanette.
Oh, all these poor women. Like, when you really start to think about, by the time it happens, you really start thinking about the whole timeline and such. But then when you find out more about it, it just kind of like, ugh. You know? I think I'm actually going to go ahead and make a switch here. Let's swap out Isabella for Fenris.
I thought all dwarves...
Look what I found.
Sorry.
This was left in the foundry you mentioned in your notes. I was also attacked by shades.
These are human bones. Then there is no chance of finding Meren alive, or any of the others.
This isn't over. I'm going to get the bastard that did this.
I know how you feel, Sirrah.
Surely those in power will believe you now.
I will bring this to the city guard immediately. It should be enough to convince them the disappearances are worth investigating.
Yeah, until we find out that Aveline continues to try and put it off and be like, he's just distracting my guards from their patrols and their regular duties. Yeah, Hawk is, like I said, Hawk isn't going to forget this and is going to let her know about it later. But I think the line that I actually accidentally cut off, was Fenris was like, you don't see many dwarves without beards. He's like, I left it back in Orzammar with my, family signet ring that's showing my great-great-great-great-grandfather invented this, which makes me better than you. And it's a really funny line from Varric, basically bashing the, the whole traditional thing in Orzammar that the families have, which is hilarious because we saw that firsthand when we were in Orzammar back in Origins, Let's go ahead and see if we can go meet Cullen, shall we?
Andraste be my witness, Wilmot. I will have the truth from you now!
Mercy, sir. Mercy.
Were it that easy?
Don't hit me.
I will know where you're going, and I will know now!
Why are you doing this to Wilmot? Answer me.
It's the Knight Captain. Don't.
This is Templar business, stranger.
You have struck me the last time, you pathetic human. To me!
May God preserve us.
Yeah, Cullen is still going through some stuff. He didn't get over what happened in Ferelden overnight.
I'm getting overwhelmed!
That's enough!
I knew he was involved in something sinister. But this... is it even possible?
Do you think he was possessed?
Normally, we only worry that mages will fall victim to possession. I have heard of blood mages or demons in solid form who could summon others into unwilling hosts. I'd not thought one of our own would be susceptible.
He's dead. Now let's figure out what happened.
I am Knight Captain Cullen. I thank you for your assistance. I've been conducting an investigation of some of our recruits who have gone missing. Wilmot was the first to return. I had hoped to confront him quietly, out of sight.
If you didn't know he was possessed, why draw your sword on a recruit?
He'd only been back a few days when he left again secretly. It set off some warning bells. I meant to scare him into a confession. He had to believe my threats were genuine.
The recruits believed that Meredith was conducting some sort of deadly ritual.
What? That's preposterous. Recruits can be worse than a weaving circle with their rumors. There is a vigil before Templars take their arms, but the gravest danger they face is falling asleep.
Do you know what happened to Wilmot while he was gone?
Obviously more than I had anticipated. Wilmot has never been fully convinced of the Order's rules. Mages cannot be our friends. They must always be watched. I thought Wilmot might be meeting with some old friends who'd escaped the Circle.
I've got friends who are mages. Are you saying they need to always be watched as well?
I was at the Circle Tower in Ferelden during the Blight. I saw firsthand how Templars' trust and leniency can be rewarded. A firmer reign may have prevented that entire circle from being annulled.
Your other recruits are still at risk. We must find them.
I fear we're already too late. Wilmot disappeared along with another lad, Karen, a good boy. They were last seen together at the Blooming Rose. But I had no luck interrogating the, young ladies there. I doubt they know anything of magic or demons.
Don't be fooled by a pretty face.
They fear we would shut them down if they admit to serving our recruits. Perhaps you could talk to them. Our recruits may be in grave danger, to their bodies and souls. If you learn what manner of creature did this to Wilmot, please come tell me in the gallows. I will ensure you are rewarded.
Okay. Let's go save Seamus.
I
can try.
Is the Circle here truly so terrible an option?
Do you really have to ask that?
You would be kept safe. From others as well as from yourself. You would be kept safe from you.
I didn't ask for this.
Nobody asks for their fate.
You know what's funny? And I had actually kind of forgotten about this, but if you have Bethany become a warden, she'll write to you later and say, she's like, oh gosh, I hate this. But if you have her join the Circle, she actually says that she enjoys her time there. So it's rather interesting that she thought, oh gosh, it's going to be horrible. And then she finds out, oh, it's actually not as bad as I thought. More Talbashov.
And the world's rid of one more Canary. Easier than I expected. Call the men back. We've got an appointment with the Viscount. Isn't that right, Seamus?
Ashad! You killed him! You Vashedan bitch!
That one of their words? See, that's why you need to be dragged home. You're playing too nice with those things. I'll wager you've gone even further than that. Haven't you, brat? Nice work, but I'll take it from here. Competition? Well, you're too late. The Winters, I, have already claimed him.
Sirrah, if I must go back, so be it. But I will not see these murderers rewarded.
Spoiled shit! I'll cut out your tongue and charge extra for bringing you back quiet. And as for you, I could do with some entertainment while we wait for the others.
Yeah, you just signed your death warrant, lady. And you're dead. Was that entertaining enough for you?
Dead and good riddance, but she said she was waiting for more. A lot more.
We're not giving you up. Strip the camp, and we'll ready a fitting welcome.
Oh, Andraste. I've never seen so many corpses. So much blood.
I don't need you falling apart. There may be more men on the way.
Ashad never lied, never coddled. You were worth his time, or you are not. They are not the brutes others claim they are. Take me to my father, and I will try again to make him see.
The Viscount is clearly concerned about your safety.
The Viscount sends thugs to do a father's job. I was in no danger until his help arrived.
You could have told him this was your wish.
Keep your assumptions. He doesn't hear me. He's as tired of being disappointed as I am of bearing it. And now, Ashad is dead. It's not right.
I like how he indirectly there told us when Hawk was like, you know, you should have told him this. That he's like, you don't think I tried? I did. He doesn't care, or he doesn't listen. Because he's more concerned about how this looks from a political standpoint and how this would backfire on him and his standing as the Viscount, more so than my actual safety. Because, of course, I would be convolting with Qunari, which would mean, oh, the influence of the Qunaris in the Viscount's office, because remember, the Viscount is essentially the mayor of Kirkwall, which is also the Viscount's office is also connected to the Chantry. So you can see the conflicts there with the Chantry and the Qunari and the Qun, and you can see where this is going and why, if the implication of the Viscount's son being involved with the Qunari made its way to the official competition, as Brenishel Sean was saying, like, remember how he said public embarrassment was better than official embarrassment? That's what this is really about.
It's clear this was not your first encounter with this Ashard.
I met him soon after their ship foundered. I had run again to escape the keep and my father. Ashard was to map the coast, to find an answer for the Arishok. I had so many doubts. Qunari have none.
I wasn't aware that Qunari take many friends.
Perhaps it isn't the right word. I am the Viscount's son, bound by everything that means. Ashard did not care. We were both seeking something. That was enough.
I confess I'm not sure what one does with a dead Qunari.
The body is no longer him, and is worthy of no special treatment. That is, apparently, their way.
Should his people be told?
They will know. Whether they will deign to acknowledge it, I have no idea. There was much of Ashard that I didn't understand. But it was so very worth trying.
We'll leave soon enough, Seamus. Be ready.
I am at your whim, Sirrah. I am ready to leave. And you have coin to collect, I'm sure.
Let's go, Seamus. Your father will be waiting in the keep.
Then take me to him. Father.
My son. I thought I'd lost you.
Enough, Father.
Allow me to present one Sirrah Hawk, Your Excellency. She fulfilled the bounty.
You have my gratitude. I hope you encountered no great difficulties on my son's behalf.
We were heavily outnumbered, but I prevailed.
I was told the Winters had involved themselves. Was there no way to avoid an incident?
They murdered my friend. Where is the concern for that?
It was my understanding you were captured alone. Foolishly traipsing about the coast as you do.
I was not captured. I was with Ashard. The Qunari. They are not monsters to be feared. If you would just try to understand, others would see as well.
Better that you were thought abducted than to have their influence suspected in my own family. Benign or not, it's too much.
And that right there is the statement that completely shows what this was all really about. More concerned about his political and public image to the people of Kirkwall and the Chantry than the truth about what was going on and, of course, the safety of his son.
You're too closed-minded. You've raised a smart child and should listen to him.
That is quite enough. My apologies, Excellency, for this intrusion into personal matters. There is no... Just move.
How dare you speak to someone who is clearly above your station, you peasant? How dare you? That's really what he was saying.
I'm impressed with your skill. Less so with your tact. But better you than the Winters, I suppose.
The Viscount must be terribly busy.
Nothing going on, but trouble tends to follow you, so I'm keeping an eye out.
You have my thanks. Aveline was wise to bring you. She will make a fine captain.
That's not all you're hoping she will make.
Must be terribly.
Actually, we're going to go ahead and cut it off here, but when we return, we're going to do this quest for that cleric that we encountered earlier with that Templar to help escort someone out of the city, because it's going to have a bit more follow-up to do with the Kunari. Stay tuned.